So I don't want to say that this is a problem, but it is. Alright guys, what's up YouTube? This must be fast. 775 Gaming, come back to you guys in another episode of SNOWRUNNER Season 17. Today's episode number 19. And today guys, today is the big day, the big one. The big one. We're going to be doing the first part of the regional progress anyway. Well, I mean, when you look at it this way, it's technically the second part. The tempo is below the fields. Ah, whatever. It's fine. We're going to be doing Anastylosis. Anastylosis. However that's pronounced. um, yeah. There's nothing really too crazy about this mission, if I'm being honest. For a regional progress, like, mission, you know, like, as a final kind of mission, nothing too crazy. We did have to do a decent bit to actually get this, thing unlocked. Like, we had to deliver, like, 4 things worth of, containers up here, and there was another mission as well. I forget exactly what we had to do, but honestly, it's been pretty simple so far. Anyways, this whole kind of thing, mostly because we did transport all 4 of said containers with the 612H here, and that made it very simple. Right then, so we'll just go ahead and pull out of the the concrete kind of factory here. Yeah, I just wanted to turn the truck around because, yeah, that took a second. But yeah, we're on our way now. So yeah, unlike the previous times that we've tried getting up to the temple for the other, for the other missions. Oh, damn it! we're not even like 2 minutes in, and I've already crashed. Yeah, that checks out. But yeah, unlike the previous times that we've kind of made our way up to the temple here, today we're going to be kind of doing it the simplest way that we can do it, because, well, we have the kind of all the roads and routes unlocked for the most part, I think. Have we actually got them all unlocked on this map? Well, no, I suppose we haven't done these ones down here in the swamp area, but those ones really aren't necessary at all. But yeah, I think all the other work sites that are on this map are done. So yeah, what we're going to be doing, we're just going to be going around the main road here. We are going to have to make one pickup here. I am going to use this kind of section of road here just because it will be shorter, but yeah, it's not going to be that much shorter altogether at the same time, because we have to go up to the warehouse here in order to grab the bricks. But once we have the bricks, yeah, we can just head along this sort of main route here, and up through here, up to where the train line is, up here by the fuel station. So we should be able to refuel, because yeah, it would be a smart idea to refuel. And yeah, once we're there, then we can just head on through the mountains here, down towards the lake that's sort of here in sort of this middle bit of an area here. I don't know. Yeah, and then just go straight up to where the bridges are, and then straight up onto the temple. So yeah, it doesn't get any simpler than that, really. We don't have to take any of the really dangerous routes, which is the thing that I am the most happy about this time around, because the previous times that we had to go up to the temple, it was tricky. It was definitely tricky. I genuinely, well, I don't really recommend watching my video where I delivered the containers of rocks, the filled containers of rocks, because I just fast forward. I just kind of did a time lapse through the whole journey, because it was just simpler to do it that way. Plus, the thing about me is I find I'm always much better, and I really do mean much better at concentrating when I don't have to talk on camera. So yeah, it was definitely a sketchy drive. to actually get up to the tunnel from... Oh, hang on a second. See, this is where I stop talking, and this is where I lock in, and this is where things don't go terribly wrong. Okay, never mind. Scratch that, maybe. Oh no, never mind. We're good. I actually kind of expected the cargo to eject there. Yeah, that is another thing that we have to be careful with here. This type of trailer, it's terrible. It's it's terrible. It likes to eject the cargo a lot. It really does. Also, that's not good. Can we remove that, please? Oh, there we go. Okay, that caused us a bit of damage, but it doesn't matter too much because we're going to be running up here to the warehouse up here has a service hub, so we can just drive through the service hub box and we'll repair ourselves. Also, I'd like to drive on this bridge, not off this bridge, please. Oh, geez, that thing's gonna tip. Yeah, see, that's the thing I'm worried about. Yeah, but anyways, how are you guys doing today? Or this week? Or how have you been? That's the main thing I want to ask. I try to ask that every episode just to, you know, make it feel a little bit more inclusive. I don't know. I don't know. I've been doing this YouTube thing for 4 years and I still don't really understand how it works, if I'm being honest. Yeah, I'm gonna try my best here to not, you know, just go and fast forward this entire kind of trip of me driving up to the temple here, but I definitely am going to have to make a few cuts because I just am. There's no way this will look good otherwise. I mean, being realistic, when do my videos ever look good? But you know. Yeah, and also it is important. It is also important to note, or I should just say, hey, look, there's the warehouse. We're here already. Yeah, just one thing I want to say is that I don't have a particularly large amount of time for recording today, which is annoying, really, if I'm being honest. I want to try and keep it short and sweet today, just because you know, I've just had a few things for doing this week. I've just been a little bit busy this week, so yeah, that's all I'm really going to say about that. But yeah, I've been a bit busy. I just want to try and keep today's episode kind of short, just for that reason. I've just got stuff to do. Yeah, I sound very sincere when I say that, don't I? Alright, and here we are. Repair that. Yeah, and then again, just so you guys know, the reason why I do want to keep the video just kind of short and sweet today is because the only real mission that I have on the agenda, I am set up to do a couple of other missions if need be, but the only real mission that's on the agenda here today is the temple mission, just getting this regional progress bit done. That's all that's really on the agenda. I'm not too pushed really just today about you know, going off and trying to do as many jobs as possible on the one video. Yeah, just because I don't really have the time for screwing around doing it. That's all really. Over here to the left, that is a sharp turn for me to make. I'm gonna try and drive through these two trees here, see if that works. Is that gonna work? Might. Yeah, I don't really like having to drive with this trailer, but it does make it easier in a sense because we're able to transport 6 slots all at the same time. Then again, ooh, be careful, be careful. Can't back up too much with it or else you will eject the cargo. Yeah, but then again, I could put the 4-slot trailer on, and you know, like bed and crane setup on other vehicles as well. So it's not like this is the only vehicle that I could do this setup with. But you know, the 612H is kind of one of those trucks that I that it's kind of one of those trucks. Yeah, but the 612H, it's one of those trucks that it's kind of the only truck that I kind of trust to work in this sort of configuration, if that makes any sort of sense. I don't know why. There is something about me that just I have a very set thing of like trucks and combinations that I like to use, and if I'm being honest, I definitely am getting repetitive with my truck and trailer choices, my different add-on combos and stuff like that. The things that I like to use tend to not really change all that much. If I find something that works and works well, I won't want to change it. I'm that kind of person, you know. Which, you know, had actually made me has actually had me think. It has actually, which, you know, that kind of fact has actually had me thinking here, in between episodes, and yeah, and that thought actually has had me thinking here in between episodes, because I don't really like that about myself. I think it is I don't think it makes the content all that much better, and honestly it does get repetitive using the same trucks and combos and, you know, different configurations. It does get a little bit repetitive. And, you know, the other day I actually thought to myself, what if, you know, for like, if maybe maybe when season, what's it, 18 come out, season 18 comes out, what if, you know, we did some kind of challenge or twist on it? And now I'm not really sure what kind of challenge or twist we could do, because the first thing that initially popped into my mind was we do another rear-wheel drive challenge. But if we do a rear-wheel drive if for those who don't know, I did a rear-wheel drive truck challenge there. It was a while ago, and it was on this save file. Essentially, the challenge was that I complete the regional progress in season 6 using. It wasn't even a rear-wheel drive challenge. It was actually the Mac Dual Pack challenge in a way. But if you remember when the Mac Dual Pack came out, with the Pinnacle and the Terra Pro, originally those two trucks were both rear-wheel drive trucks. The Mac Pinnacle didn't have all-wheel drive initially when it launched, and a lot of people were unhappy about that, because apparently people are unhappy when we get rear-wheel drive trucks. I mean, I am as well. I'm not gonna act like I'm okay with getting rear-wheel drive DLC trucks that are paid. If we're getting truck packs with, you know, DLC trucks, I feel like, you know, if it's a dual pack of something, like, you know, at least one truck at the very least should have all-wheel drive. But yeah, I mean, at the same time, rear-wheel drive trucks in this game have been becoming, you know, that little bit cooler, just because the developers have been playing around with them a bit and giving them kind of special properties. They're still not as good as all-wheel drive trucks, but some of them are pretty good. Now, pretty good, like, yeah, there is a bit of thing to it that you would have to question, because the thing is, like, take for example the ooh, don't flip. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, because, like, if you take a truck, for example, like the Kenworth W990, which is a recent enough truck we got, even though it was season 11, wasn't it? No, not 11. 10? No, it was season 11. Just I'm getting my seasons mixed up. That's bad. But yeah, no. The Chimera W990, when that thing came out, I thought that thing was brilliant, and I still do think that truck is brilliant, but it is for a specific reason that it is very good. It's got a lot of power, and it doesn't have, I believe its collision mapping is fairly lenient as well, and also its tire coating are its tires. I think its tires are next to some of the best in the game for tire coating. Now they're not on the level of the TUZ Tatran's tires or the ZIKZ tires or anything like that, but compared to like the standard OHD kind of sets that are on a lot of trucks, and the UODs and OHS and those kind of things, and mud tires, I think even they're very good. They're very good. I don't know the exact specs of them off the top of my head, but it's got very good tires, and like you have to realize it has all these advantages, and I believe the W990 also has always engaged diff lock as well. So it has all those really good advantages. The only thing it doesn't have is all-wheel drive. So like it really makes it like, if that you just have to imagine, like, if that truck did have all-wheel drive with all of those upgrades on top of it, it would probably be, well, it might not be, but it might be as good as something like, you know, one of the ZIKZs, maybe. I don't know, but you have to imagine, like, they take away the all-wheel drive, but then they give it everything else tuned up to the max. Essentially, that's what I'm trying to get at here. That's what I'm trying to get at here. Yeah, and then essentially that was the kind of idea behind the rear-wheel drive challenge that I did there back a while ago on Season 6 with the Mack trucks when they came out, because I saw them, and whilst I hadn't seen too many reviews, I had seen some stuff, and I looked at them and I thought to myself, you know what, you might be able to beat a region, or it might be possible to beat a region using just all-wheel drive trucks. There's a chance. There's a chance that might actually work. It would definitely be hard, but it would definitely make for a challenge at the same time. You know, that kind of way? So, yeah, I went and did it, and of course, after the first episode, I think it was like a week. It wasn't even a week later or something like that, because of everyone complaining. The Mack Pinnacle got all-wheel drive or something like that, and they tweaked it in some sort of a way, which kind of annoyed me because I still wanted to do that challenge. So in spite, I kept doing the challenge even with the Mack Pinnacle in its kind of in its all-wheel drive kind of state. I just ran it without the all-wheel drive at all, but it had been debuffed in engine power and stuff like that, so it didn't make it as good of a rear-wheel drive machine, but it worked. It worked. Now, if you're wondering why I chose Season 6 and why I wanted to do both the regional progresses, it's purely because I wanted to unlock the ZIKZ 6455B on this save file specifically. This was all happened on this exact same save file, just so you know. So yeah, and yeah, it was a real good challenge, and it worked. It was hard, but it worked, and it worked better than I thought it would, really, if I'm being honest. But yeah, then again, that is mostly because of the fact that the rear-wheel drive DLC trucks that we've been getting as of recent are actually pretty OP in ways that you don't even realize. But then, yeah, that's kind of what brought me back to that idea again, about doing something similar to that again. But the problem is, if I were to play through an entire season playthrough, yeah, like, you have to remember, Season 6, really, it's not too hard to get the regional progress missions done in it. It actually isn't. There's actually very little that you have to do. You don't have to do many of the tasks, and you don't have to do many of the contracts to get the regional progress finished, to get the garage open, and to get the big logging station up and running. And I think the developers kind of knew what they were doing there, because they locked the ZIKZ 6455B behind those missions. So they kind of probably thought to themselves, we better not make it too hard to actually unlock this truck, or else no one's gonna want to play through the entire region and just to unlock a single truck. So I kind of understand why Season 6 is kind of set up like that, but it kind of made it perfect as well for doing that challenge. Just, yeah. But yeah, I'm not sure if that should really be a once-off thing, or if I should try doing it again for Season 18. But then again, like, Season 6 was an old season at that point, and I had experience with it, and I knew what I was doing for the most part. Like, it wasn't my first time unlocking the ZIKZ 6455B, so yeah, doing it on a completely new region that I know absolutely nothing about, and assuming we're only using rear-wheel drive trucks, that really limits us on what we can use. And it also probably means, per the rules, where we wouldn't be allowed to use any of the new DLC trucks either. So yeah, it's an idea, but at the same time, it's not really a great one. And then that's what brought me to my second idea. For playing Season 18. What if we played Season 18, but we were only allowed to use the DLC trucks that are on Season 18 and the base game trucks? We cut out all the other DLC vehicles, and I think that could be very interesting as well, because A, we actually have a decent variety of vehicles to pick from, which was honestly my main concern with the rear-wheel drive challenge sort of idea again. And of course, we still have access to all-wheel drive, because you know, I can say all I want about the new rear-wheel drive, the newer DLC rear-wheel drive trucks being good, but at the same time, there is still a few things that they can't do. Mainly, in my experience, the one thing that I found most of them are pretty bad at is rock climbing. any kind of surface that's got a lot of loose rocks on it, that's just not going to work. And from what I've been seeing about the Season 18, or the new Season 18 region, what I haven't been seeing much, just small snippets, you know. Apparently it is a mountainous and kind of hilly enough kind of region, kind of similar to Zardania, you know, in a way of some sort. I don't know. Wow, I can't believe I've actually managed to make a conversation the entire way up to the temple here. We've actually made it the entire way here. Yeah, but then again, I don't really know if I am going to go through with doing anything like that. We'll see. You know, it's Season 18 is probably close enough. We're probably going to get it here sooner rather than later. I don't really know, to be honest. I'm just guessing, but I'm assuming it might come out soon. That's the reason why I want to get these regional progress missions done. Yeah, but that might be a thing. It might not be a thing. We'll just have to see. It would probably be a little bit extra work, though. That is probably the only concern for me, and I really don't want to be adding too much extra work to the SNOWRUNNER series at the moment. Mostly because I really want to try and focus on getting the BeamNG Drive movie working, or up, you know, up and released and whatnot. Yes, rare moment of me mentioning that on the SNOWRUNNER channel, or on the SNOWRUNNER videos, not the SNOWRUNNER channel, on the SNOWRUNNER videos. And actually, that was actually going to bring me to another thing again. I have actually noticed a little bit of a spike in the amount of subscribers I have. It seems like we're like, I think we're on like 398 subscribers at the time of me recording this. So yeah, I don't know what that's about, but we're almost at 400 subscribers, which is really cool. Never thought I'd make it this far. Never thought I'd make it this far. Well, I mean, yeah, jeez. 400 subs, that's a lot of people. I mean, it's nowhere near the size of some of the other channels that are on this platform. Or I'm probably never going to be one of those people that has millions of people behind them. But you know what? It doesn't matter. If I can live thinking, you know, I've made some people happy, that's all right with me. Even if it is a small amount. So, like, you know, I just want to say thank you to everyone who does watch my videos and does like and is subscribed, and, you know, just hope you guys are enjoying yourselves and I'm not boring you to death. I do have to say, the devs really did a good job on this model. Like, it looks really nice. I'm assuming we're not gonna get any kind of building animation here, but I don't know, we'll see. Oh? Oh? I should have changed it today. No. Oh. Okay. Okay. Okay, that was pretty cool. I should have changed it to daytime. I didn't think we were gonna get a building sort of scene or whatever. Mostly because a lot of the things that we've built on this region haven't had them. Okay, that's cool. Alright then, guys, so here we are. We're back down here with the Sleiter. Yeah, all the way back down here at the concrete plant. So, yeah, we're literally going to be taking, well, maybe not literally, but pretty much the same route here. I might go around this way this time when I go up through the warehouse, just because it might be a little bit safer. Or I may drive over this direction, because it is faster, only slightly faster, but it is a lot more risky. But when I'm only towing a single truck, I feel like it could be simple enough. Maybe. At least that's what I hope. But yeah, we're going to use the Sleiter here, the Chimera, to tow the was it the 73-210 up to the temple here. So I am going to do a time lapse of this one, just because literally going to be driving the same exact route for the most part. So yeah, we'll just pull it out here, just see if it's gonna be easier or not. I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not really sure if this guy is actually a good choice for this job as such, but yeah, that seems to be working pretty well. Honestly, most thing I'm probably concerned about with towing this guy is that front bumper on the Azov bottoming out and getting caught, because there is a good chance that will happen, I'd say. But yeah, I'll see you guys here once I get up to the temple. So I don't want to say that this is a problem, but it is. Yeah, I shouldn't have come this way, should I? I have probably made my life a million times harder, haven't I? That's not gonna work. uh, a little tap. A little tap. A little tap. A little tap. Okay, we may need a bigger tap. Oh! Haha! Yes, okay, so I've, I don't really know what I've done. This is actually kind of worse in a way because I'm back to point A, I guess. Yeah, we've kind of backtracked ourselves here now. Great. I guess I'll just have to go around the normal way because, yeah, I don't think I can make it. There's this one stupid little tree that's here. Hang on. Let me into this. Yeah, this one little tree, this stupid little tree here, it's preventing me from getting around here with that truck. Yeah. That's the only reason why I can't get around here, because the truck gets caught on it. Now, I suppose I could try doing it here again, but the problem, the really big problem here is that I don't want to have to risk unnecessarily having to restart the mission. Because if I get this thing, you know, stuck in some sort of place where I can't get it, where I can't get it out, and I have to reset the mission, I'm pretty sure that's going to reset the cargo as well, so we'll have to re-deliver the cargo. Yeah, I don't think it's possible, guys. We're just gonna have to go around the other way. Oh, that means I have to turn this around. Oh, how am I going to do that? Alright guys, and here we are. We've made it. Yeah, so that one little hiccup that we had there driving up. Yeah, I shouldn't have tried driving through that road, but you know what, it had worked out before, even though I had driven on that route a couple of times before, and I did a couple of things that I shouldn't have been able to do, but that was the one time where, you know, it just didn't work out. It just didn't turn out to be a lucky a lucky time for me, because I did drive through there with some pretty crazy loads before. But yeah, we'll just drive this thing in. I did set it to daytime this time, so we can actually see what's happening. Okay, that's cool. That's pretty nice. It's very nice indeed. So, excellent. This temple is a mix of original and modern due to the use of ancient stones in the masonry combined with contemporary construction techniques. Beautiful and sturdy. So the temple has been restored. Regional progress complete. 2,860 XP for that, and 35,250 cash. So yeah, very well paid that. And yeah, that's gonna be that. That is going to have to be, unfortunately, the end of the video there, guys. We're just gonna have to finish it there. I don't really have the time for screwing around today, unfortunately. But yeah, that's pretty good. And hey, we're actually 60% done this region. I didn't actually think we were that far along. Okay, yeah, 60%. Yes, we're not too bad. We're still probably not going to get this region complete. I just don't think we're going to have the time to do it. Because realistically, I don't know how much longer we have until like Season 18 comes out. But realistically, let's say even if we have like 4 more episodes, I wouldn't even say we have 4 more episodes. We might have maybe like 3 more episodes, maybe. I don't know. It's the problem. I'm just guessing. You know, we're not going to have enough time to finish the region and that. But yeah, overall, not too bad of an episode. This mission did actually take me quite a while to do. It is actually, yeah, I have actually been recording for an hour and a half. So even though I said today might be a shorter episode, it might still be a shorter episode, assuming that I don't make a botch job out of the editing. But it still hasn't been all that short for me to record. Okay, yeah, that's great. But anyways, thank you all very much for watching. Be sure to like, subscribe, and comment. And thank you all very much for watching. And also, thank you all for subscribing and everything like that. Yeah, hopefully we'll get to 400 subs here soon. That'd be pretty cool. Yeah, thank you all very much for watching. Be sure to like, subscribe, and comment. And I'll hopefully see you all in the next one. Goodbye.